master of the skies, to reign over mountain peaks where the air is thin, the winds are ruthless, and only the strongest survive? What kind of predator strikes with such precision that even the fastest prey has no time to escape? What kind of hunter sees across vast distances, locking onto a single movement with eyes sharper than any human invention? This is a creature that has ruled for millennia, not with brute force, but with speed, intelligence, and an unmatched instinct for the hunt. A predator so fierce, its very shadow sends prey into a desperate panic. But what makes it the ultimate hunter? Is it the raw speed, reaching over 200 miles per hour in a single dive? Is it the crushing grip, strong enough to shatter bone? Or is it something far deeper, a perfect design, honed by nature, refined by time? From ancient myths to modern science, its legend has only grown stronger. But behind the awe and admiration lies a relentless struggle for survival, one that plays out in the most extreme landscapes on Earth. This is the golden eagle, and this is its story. The origins of the golden eagle. The golden eagle's story begins long before recorded history, in an era when the sky belonged to creatures unlike anything seen today. Tens of millions of years ago, massive winged reptiles known as pterosaurs ruled the air. But as the age of dinosaurs ended, a new kind of predator emerged, one covered in feathers, built for speed, power, and precision. The ancestors of modern raptors took to the skies, evolving over millennia into some of the most formidable hunters the world has ever known. Among them, one would rise above the rest, the golden eagle. This apex predator is not the product of chance. Every fiber of its being, every adaptation, is a testament to nature's relentless refinement. Evolution sculpted a creature with hollow bones for flight, immense muscle power for control, and razor-sharp talons designed for the kill. It is the result of countless generations of survival, honed into an efficient, airborne assassin. But its story is not just one of biology, it is one of reverence. Long before science could explain its power, ancient civilizations looked to the golden eagle with awe, seeing in it a symbol of strength, freedom, and divinity. The Egyptians believed eagles carried the souls of the dead to the afterlife, their mighty wings bridging the gap between mortals and gods. The Romans, too, saw the golden eagle as a force beyond nature. It became the emblem of their empire, soaring over legions, striking fear into enemies, a living representation of conquest. Across the Atlantic, Native American tribes wove the golden eagle into their traditions, seeing it as a messenger between the earth and the heavens. Feathers of the bird were sacred, worn only by warriors and leaders who had earned the right to carry such power. The Lakota called it Wanbli, the greatest of all winged beings. In their legends, the golden eagle was a protector, a force of wisdom and guidance, soaring above the world with a vision that no human could match. But beyond myth and legend, science tells an even more astonishing story. The golden eagle is not just a bird, it is a marvel of engineering, a creature built for dominance. Its skeletal structure, lighter than expected, yet stronger than steel, allows it to slice through the air with minimal resistance. Its muscles, finely tuned over millions of years, give it unmatched agility, and its wings, broad, powerful, and designed for both speed and endurance, allow it to patrol vast territories, searching for the slightest movement below. This is no ordinary predator. It is a master of the skies, born from an ancient lineage of hunters, and its reign is far from over. Seamlessly, its story unfolds in ways even more remarkable. To truly understand its dominance, one must go beyond its history and into the very core of its power, its anatomy. How does it see with such precision? What makes its wings so lethal? And what secret lies within its talons that gives it the ability to crush bone in an instant? The answer lies in the next chapter of its story, the anatomy of a predator. The anatomy of a predator. Every predator in the wild is defined by its strengths, its ability to see, to strike, to overpower. The golden eagle is no exception. Yet what sets it apart is not just one trait, but a combination of evolutionary advantages that make it one of the most formidable hunters in the sky. Each part of its body is a masterpiece of adaptation, fine-tuned for precision, speed, and raw power. From its unparalleled eyesight to its devastating grip, this bird is built not just to survive, but to dominate. A vision beyond human limits. The world, when seen through the eyes of a golden eagle, is an entirely different place. What appears as a vast and distant landscape to humans is, for the eagle, a detailed map of movement and opportunity. Millions of years. Its methods are not defined by brute force alone, but by intelligence, adaptability, and a deep understanding of the terrain it dominates. Unlike other raptors that rely on simple ambushes, the golden eagle employs a wide range of tactics, each perfected for different environments and prey. From stealth attacks to aerial teamwork, from high-speed dives to outmaneuvering rival predators, this bear and then, in an instant the strike begins. With a sudden burst of movement, the golden eagle tucks in its wings and plummets toward the earth at speeds that rival a race car. Unlike falcons, which rely on sheer speed to snatch birds out of the sky, golden eagles use controlled power. Their approach is almost silent, their wings adjusting to the wind with pinpoint accuracy. By the time their prey senses the danger, it is too late. In open plains, golden eagles rely on their immense speed to close the distance before a hare or fox can react. But in rocky terrain, they use a different strategy, one that has been perfected over generations. They will flush prey into narrow crevices or against cliffs, cutting off escape routes. With no way to flee, the target is left vulnerable, and the eagle strikes with unmatched precision. The power of teamwork. Though golden eagles are often seen as lone hunters, there is another side to their hunting style, one that involves cooperation and intelligence. In some regions, particularly where larger prey is abundant, golden eagles have been observed working in pairs. This strategy is rare among birds of prey, but it is a testament to the intelligence of these apex predators. One eagle takes on the role of the attacker, diving toward the prey with incredible speed, forcing it into a panic. But the true danger comes from the second eagle, which waits for the right moment to strike from an unexpected angle. This tactic is particularly effective when hunting animals that are larger than the eagle itself, such as deer or wild goats. While one bird distracts, the other delivers the killing blow. This level of coordination is not accidental. Studies suggest that golden eagles are capable of learning from experience, adjusting their strategies based on past successes and failures. It is a level of intelligence rarely seen in birds, placing them alongside wolves and big cats as some of nature's most calculated hunters. Taking down the impossible. For most birds of prey, the hunt is limited to animals that they can easily overpower: mice, birds, small mammals. But the golden eagle does not abide by such limits. It is one of the few raptors known to take on prey many times its own size. In the mountainous regions of Central Asia, golden eagles have been documented attacking fully grown deer. Their strategy is as daring as it is effective. Instead of trying to lift the animal, they use sheer impact to drive it off balance. Striking with talons that can crush bone, they aim for the weak points: eyes, throat, joints. Sometimes they force their prey to tumble down cliffs, using gravity itself as a weapon. In North America, golden eagles have been observed preying on coyotes, a feat unheard of among most birds. The method is similar: striking with surgical precision, avoiding a prolonged struggle, ensuring that the kill is swift. But not every hunt is a success. Even the greatest predators face competition, and in the wild, survival is often about more than just hunting. The art of theft, a predator among predators. Golden eagles are not just hunters, they are opportunists. They live in a world where every meal is a battle, not just against their prey, but against other carnivores. And sometimes, the easiest way to eat is to let someone else do the hard work. Despite their dominance in the sky, golden eagles share their territory with wolves, foxes, and other scavengers. While they are fully capable of taking down their own prey, they will not hesitate to steal from others. In Yellowstone National Park, eagles have been seen swooping down on wolf packs, driving them away from fresh kills. Their size and aggression often give them the advantage, forcing the wolves to retreat. Even more remarkable, golden eagles have been observed engaging in mid-air battles over food. If another bird of prey catches a meal, an eagle may attempt to steal it in flight, using its superior agility to force the rival to drop its prize. These aerial duels are a breathtaking display of speed and skill, a reminder that in the wild, nothing is ever guaranteed. But even the mightiest predator cannot survive on hunting alone. Behind every successful kill lies a deeper truth, a question of survival, of balance, of the delicate relationship between hunter and hunted. And to understand this, we must look beyond the hunt itself. We must ask, what does the golden eagle eat? And what does its diet reveal about the world it rules? What do golden eagles eat? The golden eagle is a predator that reigns over vast landscapes, from the rugged peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the windswept tundras of Alaska. It is not bound to one habitat or a single way of life, and the same holds true for its diet. Unlike some raptors that specialize in a narrow range of prey, the golden eagle is a master of adaptability. It hunts, scavenges, and even steals when the opportunity arises. Its meals are as varied as the environments it dominates, a testament to its resilience and intelligence as a top-tier predator. But what exactly does a golden eagle eat? The answer is more complex than just naming a few species. It is a story of survival, of opportunity, and of a bird that has learned to bend the laws of nature in its favor. The core diet: masters of mammalian hunting. At the heart of the golden eagle's diet lies a preference for small to mid-sized mammals. Across North America, hares and rabbits make up a significant portion of its meals. These animals are abundant, their populations fluctuating with the seasons, providing a reliable food source. But catching them is no easy feat. A snowshoe hare, for example, can reach speeds of over 35 miles per hour in short bursts, weaving through underbrush and leaping great distances to evade capture. For the golden eagle, this is where its precision comes into play. Using its extraordinary eyesight, 8 times sharper than a human's, it locks onto a target from miles away. Every movement is calculated: the angle of attack, the speed of descent, the placement of its talons. A successful strike means instant death for the prey, its spine crushed before it even registers the danger. But the golden eagle does not stop at rabbits. In certain regions, it takes on even larger prey: groundhogs, marmots, prairie dogs, and in some cases, foxes. The red fox, a cunning predator in its own right, is no match for an attacking eagle. The bird's aerial advantage, combined with its powerful grip, ensures that the battle is over before it begins. The boldest hunts. Taking down small deer. Golden eagles are not restricted by their size. They are among the few raptors in the world that will actively hunt prey much larger than themselves. In the remote wilderness of Mongolia and Central Asia, eagles have been documented attacking young deer and even fully grown mountain goats. These daring hunts require a different strategy. Instead of striking directly, the eagle uses its knowledge of the terrain. It will target animals near steep ledges or rocky outcrops, aiming to knock them off balance. In some cases, golden eagles have been seen latching onto the back of a deer, using their talons to pierce the flesh while their wings beat furiously to keep the animal struggling. Eventually, the victim succumbs, either collapsing from exhaustion or falling to its death. This method of hunting is a reminder that the golden eagle is not just a bird. It is an apex predator that understands the physics of its world, using gravity as a weapon just as effectively as its own claws. Scavengers of the sky. The role of carrion in their diet. Not every meal is a hunt. In the wild, energy conservation is key, and golden eagles are not above taking an easier route when necessary. When a fresh carcass is available, they will swoop in to claim it, often competing with coyotes, wolves, and even bears for a share of the spoils. During harsh winters, when live prey becomes scarce, carrion becomes an even more vital part of their diet. Eagles will follow wolf packs from above, waiting for a kill to be abandoned. In Yellowstone National Park, researchers have observed golden eagles arriving at carcasses within hours of a wolf's departure, their keen eyesight detecting the opportunity from great distances. But scavenging is not without its risks. When feeding on carcasses, eagles sometimes fall victim to poisoning, particularly from lead fragments left behind by hunters. Conservation efforts have focused on reducing this threat, but it remains one of the leading dangers to these majestic birds. The unexpected hunter, golden eagles versus technology. Perhaps one of the most unexpected entries in the golden eagle's diet is not an animal at all. It is a machine. In recent years, reports have emerged of golden eagles attacking drones, mistaking them for prey or intruders in their territory. In France, government officials have even trained golden eagles to take down rogue drones, harnessing the bird's natural hunting instincts. In some cases, eagles have been seen ripping drones from the sky with the same efficiency as they would a rabbit or fox. This behavior highlights a fascinating aspect of the golden eagle's predatory nature. It does not just rely on instinct. It learns, it adapts, and it engages with its environment in ways that continue to surprise even the most seasoned wildlife experts. But whether hunting rabbits, taking down deer, scavenging from wolves, or intercepting drones, the golden eagle's diet is only one part of its remarkable story. To understand its full journey, we must step back and witness the life cycle of this formidable bird, from its breathtaking courtship rituals to the brutal battles of survival that begin the moment an eaglet hatches. The life cycle of a golden eagle. In the untamed wilderness, where sheer cliffs rise like ancient sentinels and the wind howls through vast open valleys, the golden eagle carves out a life that is both formidable and fragile. It is a creature of raw power, yet its survival is bound to intricate cycles of instinct, devotion, and competition. Every golden eagle begins its journey as a vulnerable chick, nurtured by parents that have spent years honing their skills as hunters and protectors. From the dramatic courtship rituals that cement lifelong bonds to the fierce struggles of sibling rivalry. The life of a golden eagle is a saga of endurance, strategy, and unwavering resilience. Mating, rituals, the dance of the skies. The courtship of golden eagles is a spectacle that seems almost choreographed by nature itself. These birds do not simply pair off at random, they engage in breathtaking aerial displays, proving their strength, agility, and compatibility as lifelong partners. A male seeking a mate will ascend high into the sky, often reaching heights where the thin air and biting cold make flight an act of sheer endurance. Then, without warning, he tucks his wings and plummets toward the earth, spiraling at speeds that defy the limits of control. Just as he nears the ground, he unfurls his wings in a dramatic display of mastery, soaring back upward in a flawless arc. If a female is watching, she may choose to join him, mimicking his movements in a synchronized dance. But the courtship does not end there. In a display of both trust and dominance, the male will sometimes grasp a piece of prey in his talons and drop it mid-air, daring the female to catch it before it falls. If she succeeds, it is more than just an impressive feat. It is an unspoken agreement, a contract of loyalty and shared survival. Once a pair has bonded, they remain together for life, their connection only breaking with death. Parenting. Masters of the airy golden eagles are among the most meticulous architects of the avian world. Their nests, known as eyries, are often built on towering cliffs or in the highest trees, far from ground-level threats. Constructed from large branches, bones, and even antlers scavenged from the wilderness, these nests are not temporary shelters. They are fortresses that may be used and expanded upon for decades. Some nests grow so massive that they weigh more than a full-grown human. Once the eggs are laid, the female takes on the primary responsibility of incubation, keeping the fragile shells warm against the relentless elements. The male, meanwhile, becomes the provider, hunting tirelessly to ensure his mate remains strong. Unlike some raptors, golden eagle parents do not abandon their chicks after a few short weeks. They are deeply invested in the survival of their offspring, tending to them for months as they prepare for the harsh reality of independence. Sibling rivalry, a battle for survival. But life in the nest is not without peril. Golden eagles typically lay 2 eggs, yet only one chick usually survives to fledge. This is not because of external threats, but due to a ruthless and often tragic phenomenon known as siblicide. When the eggs hatch, the firstborn chick has an undeniable advantage. It is larger, stronger, and able to claim the majority of food brought by the parents. The younger sibling, weaker and struggling to compete, is often subjected to relentless aggression. The older chick will peck, claw, and shove its sibling aside, ensuring that resources are not divided. In many cases, the weaker chick perishes, its body left to decompose within the nest, a silent reminder of nature's brutal efficiency. The parents do not intervene. They do not mourn. The golden eagle's survival is a matter of cold, calculated strategy. The stronger chick has the best chance of reaching adulthood, carrying forward the lineage in a world that does not tolerate weakness. The journey to independence. After several months of relentless feeding, growing, and strengthening, the surviving eaglet reaches the threshold of its most defining moment, its first flight. Up until this point, the nest has been its entire world, a place of both protection and conflict. But now, standing at the precipice, the young eagle must face the unknown. It hesitates, wings trembling as the wind howls around it. The ledge is unforgiving, the drop below a sheer void. And then, instinct takes over. With a leap of faith, the eaglet spreads its wings and launches itself into the sky. The first flight is rarely graceful. It is a battle against gravity, an unpolished dance with the air currents. Some young eagles flounder, their inexperience sending them into uncontrolled spirals. Others miscalculate and crash into rocks or trees. But the ones who survive this initiation are rewarded with a newfound power. The realization that the sky is now theirs to command. But flight is only the beginning. Over the next several months, the young eagle must learn to hunt, to track prey, and to claim territory. Many do not make it. The first years of independence are the most perilous. Without parental assistance, starvation, injuries, and rival predators become very real threats. But those that do endure will one day reach maturity, finding a mate of their own and continuing the ancient cycle. The golden eagle's life is one of triumph and hardship, of breathtaking beauty and unforgiving brutality. It is a testament to the resilience of a species that has dominated the skies for millennia. Yet, what makes these birds truly extraordinary is not just their physical prowess. It is their intelligence, their ability to learn, to adapt, and to form bonds that extend beyond instinct. For behind those piercing golden eyes lies a mind far more complex than most realize. Intelligence and emotional depth. For centuries, the golden eagle has been revered not only for its dominance in the sky, but also for something far less visible, its intelligence. Behind those piercing amber eyes lies a mind as sharp as the talons that grip its prey. This bird is not just an apex predator, but a thinking, learning, and highly adaptable creature that demonstrates problem-solving abilities, social awareness, and even emotional depth. While intelligence in birds is often associated with parrots or ravens, the golden eagle stands as an unrecognized genius among raptors. Tool use. The bone cracker of the sky. The ability to use tools has long been considered a hallmark of intelligence. Few people realize that golden eagles engage in a remarkable form of tool use, one that reveals both their cunning and their efficiency as hunters. When scavenging a carcass, these eagles face a common problem: how to access the nutrient-rich marrow hidden within thick bones. Unlike vultures, which rely on tearing through softer flesh, golden eagles employ a more strategic approach. Scientists and wildlife observers have documented cases of these birds carrying large bones high into the air, only to drop them onto jagged rocks below. The impact shatters the bone, exposing the marrow inside. This behavior is not accidental. It requires an understanding of physics, height, gravity, and force, demonstrating that golden eagles are not just following instinct, but actively problem-solving. Even more astonishing is the fact that this technique appears to be learned. Young golden eagles raised in captivity do not instinctively know how to crack bones this way. They must either witness it firsthand in the wild or develop the skill through trial and error. This ability to learn and pass on knowledge is something more commonly associated with mammals like primates or dolphins. Yet the golden eagle exhibits it with remarkable precision. Recognizing human faces. A memory that never forgets. Among the most extraordinary aspects of golden eagle intelligence is their ability to recognize and remember individual human faces. While some species, such as crows and magpies, have been extensively studied for this skill, golden eagles have only recently been recognized for possessing a similar ability. Raptors trained in falconry have shown a striking ability to distinguish between familiar and unfamiliar humans. Some will allow only a specific handler to approach, reacting with aggression or caution to strangers. In the wild, this skill takes on an even greater significance. Researchers tracking eagles in remote regions have found that certain birds will react differently to individual scientists who return year after year, recognizing those who pose no threat while remaining wary of newcomers. Perhaps more impressively, golden eagles appear capable of holding grudges. In cases where humans have attempted to interfere with an eagle's nest or territory, the bird does not simply forget. There have been documented instances of eagles reacting with hostility toward individuals they encountered years earlier, swooping aggressively or circling overhead in an unmistakable display of warning. Such long-term memory is rare in birds of prey and suggests a level of cognitive sophistication that extends beyond mere instinct. Do golden eagles grieve? The emotional side of a predator. The notion that birds experience emotions has long been debated, but mounting evidence suggests that golden eagles do more than just survive. They form deep, lasting bonds and even mourn their losses. Parental bonds can also be surprisingly strong. While golden eagle parents do not show emotion in the way humans might expect, they have been seen calling persistently for a lost chick, circling an abandoned nest long after it has been emptied. In rare cases, they have even been observed attempting to feed an already dead offspring, as if unable to accept its loss. This behavior mirrors what has been documented in elephants, dolphins, and even wolves, species known for their deep social structures and emotional intelligence. It raises an intriguing question. How much more is happening inside the mind of a golden eagle than we currently understand? How do they compare to ravens and parrots? When discussing intelligent birds, the usual suspects are often parrots, known for their vocal mimicry and problem-solving skills, and ravens, whose tool use and strategic thinking have earned them comparisons to primates. Golden eagles, however, rarely enter this conversation, despite their own impressive cognitive abilities. Ravens have been observed planning for the future, hiding food caches, and using deception to prevent theft by other birds. Golden eagles exhibit similar foresight. When hunting, they do not always attack immediately, but instead position themselves strategically, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This level of patience and planning is uncommon in the animal kingdom and indicates a mind capable of anticipation rather than mere reaction. Parrots excel at social learning and communication, traits that allow them to function in complex flocks. Golden eagles, being solitary hunters, have less opportunity for social intelligence, yet they still demonstrate adaptability in ways that rival more social birds. Their ability to assess threats, modify hunting strategies, and even manipulate their environment suggests a level of intelligence that, while different from that of parrots or ravens, is no less remarkable. Beyond instinct, the mind of a skyborn predator. The golden eagle is often portrayed as a ruthless hunter, a symbol of untamed power and brute force. But beneath its fearsome exterior lies a mind that is capable of learning, remembering, and even feeling in ways that are only beginning to be understood. It is not merely a bird of prey, but an animal with a complex and fascinating intelligence, one that allows it to dominate its environment with more than just strength. And yet, the golden eagle is not the same everywhere. Across the world, different populations have adapted in strikingly unique ways, shaped by the landscapes they rule. From the harsh mountains of Mongolia to the windswept highlands of Scotland, these birds have forged relationships with humans that are as old as civilization itself. Golden eagles. Across the globe, the golden eagle, a bird revered across cultures and landscapes, is not confined to a single way of life. Though its silhouette, with broad wings and a commanding beak, may appear the same wherever it soars, its behaviors and adaptations shift dramatically depending on the environment it calls home. From the rugged cliffs of Scotland to the wind-scoured steppes of Mongolia, this formidable hunter has developed unique survival strategies, sometimes working in partnership with humans, other times standing alone as a master of its domain. The Mongolian connection, an ancient bond between man and eagle high in the Altai Mountains of western Mongolia, where winter temperatures can plunge far below 0 degrees Celsius freezing, and the land is a vast, unbroken expanse of rock and snow. The Kazakh people have maintained a relationship with golden eagles that stretches back thousands of years. Unlike in most parts of the world, where eagles live and hunt independently, here they serve as partners in one of the most extraordinary hunting traditions on Earth. For generations, Mongolian eagle hunters, known as berkuchi, have trained these birds to assist in hunting. This is not falconry in the traditional sense, where smaller birds of prey are used to catch game like rabbits or ducks. This is something far more ambitious. These golden eagles are taught to take down foxes, hares, and in some cases, even wolves. Training begins when the hunter captures a young eagle from the wild, typically a female, as they grow larger and stronger than their male counterparts. Over months, the eagle and hunter form an unbreakable bond, reinforced through feeding, patience, and constant companionship. Unlike domesticated animals, these eagles are not bred in captivity. They are not pets. They remain wild at heart, fierce in their instincts, and yet they choose to work alongside their human counterparts. When the hunt begins, the berkuchi rides horseback, scanning the horizon for movement. Once a target is spotted, perhaps a fox darting across the snow, the eagle is released. What happens next is a breathtaking display of speed and power. The golden eagle, with vision capable of spotting prey from over a mile away, locks onto its target and streaks through the sky like a living missile. Its talons, strong enough to crush bone, sink into the fox's back, and in a matter of moments, the struggle is over. But the most fascinating part of this relationship is what happens after. A golden eagle is not forced to remain with its human companion forever. After about a decade, less than half its natural lifespan, the hunter releases the bird back into the wild, where it can live freely for many years. This practice ensures that trained eagles retain their wild instincts and do not become wholly dependent on humans. It is a tradition built not on domination, but on mutual respect. Scotland's lone hunters. Adapting to the highlands. Far from the frozen Mongolian wilderness, golden eagles rule the skies over another formidable landscape, the Scottish Highlands. Here, no human companion guides them. There is no partnership, no mutual reliance. Instead, these eagles navigate an unforgiving land of jagged peaks, rolling moorlands, and deep glens where the winds blow fiercely and prey is often scarce. Scotland is home to one of the most well-studied populations of golden eagles outside North America. Unlike their Mongolian counterparts, these birds are entirely self-sufficient, relying on their exceptional adaptability to survive in a land where food can be unpredictable and competition is fierce. Their primary prey consists of hares, grouse, and occasionally young deer, but they are opportunistic hunters, willing to scavenge when necessary. What makes the golden eagles of Scotland unique is their hunting strategy. In North America, these birds are often seen chasing prey across open landscapes. But in Scotland, they have learned to use the land itself as a weapon. With an understanding of terrain that seems almost strategic, these eagles drive their prey toward sheer cliffs or deep ravines, forcing their victims into situations where escape is impossible. In some cases, they have been observed knocking mountain hares off ledges, letting gravity do the work before swooping down to collect the remains. Their mastery of flight is equally remarkable. While many birds struggle with the harsh winds that sweep through the highlands, golden eagles use these conditions to their advantage. By riding updrafts along ridgelines, they conserve energy, allowing them to patrol vast territories without exhausting themselves. This efficiency is crucial in an environment where hunting success is never guaranteed. But life in the highlands is not without its dangers. Unlike in Mongolia, where the greatest threats to an eagle come from natural predators and the elements, in Scotland, human activity poses a constant risk. Illegal poisoning, habitat destruction, and wind farms have all contributed to a decline in their numbers, forcing conservationists to intervene in an attempt to secure their future. Across continents, a species defined by resilience. Despite the vast differences between a Mongolian eagle perched on the arm of a hunter and a Scottish eagle scanning the moors for movement, one truth unites them: adaptability. No matter where golden eagles are found, they do not merely exist. They thrive, shaping their behaviors to fit their environments with an intelligence that defies simple instinct. But this adaptability is being put to the test. In the modern world, the survival of golden eagles is no longer determined solely by their own abilities. Human expansion, habitat destruction, and climate change threaten these birds in ways they have never faced before. The question is no longer how well they can hunt, how high they can soar, or how they can outthink their prey. The question now is whether they can survive in a world that is changing faster than they can adapt. The future of golden eagles. For thousands of years, golden eagles have ruled the skies. They have adapted to the unforgiving landscapes of Mongolia, mastered the wind currents of the Scottish Highlands, and soared above the vast plains and mountain ranges of North America. Their presence has shaped ecosystems, dictated the movements of prey species, and inspired myths and legends in cultures across the world. But today, despite their dominance in the air, golden eagles face an enemy unlike any they have encountered before, one that does not fight with talons or speed, but with chainsaws, rifles, and industrial expansion. As humans carve deeper into the wilderness, changing the land and climate at an unprecedented pace, these magnificent birds are now at a crossroads. Their survival no longer depends solely on their hunting prowess or ability to navigate storms. It now depends on whether humans will allow them to exist at all. The threat of vanishing landscapes. Golden eagles are built for vast, uninterrupted expanses, territories where they can patrol hundreds of miles in search of food, nesting sites, and mates. But such spaces are disappearing. Across their range, from the western United States to the forests of Europe and the high plateaus of Asia, habitat loss is an insidious force reshaping the very land they depend on. Deforestation is one of the most immediate and devastating threats. Though golden eagles are not forest dwellers in the way owls or hawks might be, the trees that disappear are often those surrounding their hunting grounds, affecting the entire food chain. As forests are cleared for agriculture, logging, and urban expansion, the populations of prey animals, rabbits, hares, and ground-dwelling birds plummet, forcing eagles to search farther for food. A golden eagle can travel enormous distances, but even their endurance has limits. A mother forced to fly miles beyond her usual hunting range to find food for her chicks risks their survival, as each moment she spends away from the nest increases the chances of predation or starvation for her young. But deforestation is not the only danger. In many parts of the world, deserts are expanding, rivers are drying up, and entire ecosystems are shifting due to climate change. Where once golden eagles could rely on the predictable movements of prey, they now face erratic seasons, declining food sources, and competition with other predators forced into unfamiliar territories. In the Arctic, rising temperatures are pushing species further north, disrupting age-old hunting patterns. In the American Southwest, prolonged droughts are reducing populations of jackrabbits and other key food sources, making it harder for young eagles to reach maturity. Illegal hunting, a lingering threat. While golden eagles are protected in many countries, illegal hunting remains a persistent issue. In some regions, these birds are still killed out of superstition, mistaken for threats to livestock, or even hunted for sport. In parts of Europe and the Middle East, poisoning is a particularly cruel and silent killer. Farmers targeting wolves, foxes, or other predators often lace carcasses with poison, unintentionally dooming any eagle that happens upon the tainted meat. These poisons do not kill instantly. They take time, ensuring a slow, agonizing death as the bird loses control of its muscles, its vision dims, and it falls from the sky. In the United States, golden eagles have been victims of illegal shootings, often mistaken for their larger cousin, the bald eagle, or seen as competition by hunters who wish to preserve game species like deer and wild turkeys for themselves. Even though killing a golden eagle is a federal crime, enforcement remains a challenge, especially in remote areas where these birds make their home. Collisions in the sky. The hidden dangers of modern technology. The skies, once the domain of eagles alone, are now crisscrossed by an invisible network of threats. Power lines stretch across deserts and plains, serving as deadly obstacles for young eagles that misjudge their approach. Wind turbines, while crucial for reducing humanity's reliance on fossil fuels, have become unintended killers of golden eagles. These massive blades, spinning at speeds deceptively slow to the human eye, are moving too fast for an eagle to avoid once it's within range. The impact is often fatal, leaving conservationists grappling with the dilemma of promoting renewable energy while also protecting one of nature's most spectacular aerial hunters. A fight for survival. Conservation efforts in the United States, despite the growing threats, golden eagles are not without defenders. Across the United States, dedicated conservationists, scientists, and lawmakers have been working to ensure these birds remain a part of the American wilderness. One of the most important legal protections for golden eagles comes from the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act, first enacted in the early 20th century. This law makes it illegal to kill, capture, or disturb these birds, recognizing their vital role in the ecosystem. Though enforcement remains a challenge, the legislation has helped curb some of the worst threats. Beyond legal protections, reintroduction programs have played a crucial role in stabilizing eagle populations. In regions where habitat destruction has led to local extinctions, conservationists have worked to reintroduce young eagles, giving them a chance to reclaim lost territories. Some programs have even partnered with indigenous communities, whose ancestral knowledge of eagle behavior has been invaluable in ensuring their survival. In the western United States, radio tracking and satellite technology are being used to monitor golden eagle movements, helping researchers identify migration patterns, hunting grounds, and high-risk areas where collisions with wind turbines or power lines are most likely. With this data, conservationists are working with energy companies to design wind farms that minimize risk, placing turbines away from major eagle corridors and developing systems that can detect approaching birds, shutting down turbines before a fatal collision occurs. Additionally, rehabilitation centers across the country are treating injured golden eagles, often victims of poisoning, gunshots, or vehicle collisions. These facilities not only provide medical care, but also educate the public about the importance of protecting these birds. In some cases, eagles that cannot be released back into the wild become ambassadors for their species, teaching future generations about the importance of conservation. A Future, written by human hands. The fate of golden eagles is no longer in their talons. It is in human hands. Will they continue to command the skies as they have for thousands of years? Or will they become ghosts of a world that no longer has space for them? The answer depends on the choices made today. It depends on whether forests will be preserved, whether laws protecting these birds will be enforced, and whether industries will find ways to coexist with wildlife rather than replace it. It depends on whether people will look up and still see the silhouette of a golden eagle soaring against the clouds, or whether future generations will know these birds only through stories, photographs, and the echoes of wings that once ruled the wind. As the battle between conservation and destruction plays out, one truth remains: the golden eagle is a survivor. It has endured ice ages, outlived empires, and adapted to landscapes that have changed countless times before. But this time, adaptation may not be enough. This time, survival depends not on the eagle's strength, speed, or intelligence, but on whether humanity will allow it to survive at all. A legacy in the sky. The golden eagle has endured through time, a creature born of wind and wilderness, carved by evolution into the perfect aerial hunter. It has soared over vast empires, watched mountains rise and fall, and witnessed the delicate balance of life shifting beneath its wings. But its story is not one of mere survival. It is one of resilience, a testament to the raw power of nature and the deep connections that link all living beings to the world around them. As the sun sinks beyond the horizon, the silhouette of a golden eagle cuts through the sky. It moves with effortless grace, riding the invisible currents of the wind, unchallenged, untamed. To watch a golden eagle fly is to witness something ancient, something that has remained unchanged for millions of years. It is a reminder of a time before cities, before machines, before the world was reshaped by human hands. Yet, even as the modern world encroaches upon its domain, this bird, this monarch of the sky, continues to defy the odds. But for how much longer? The golden eagle's future is uncertain. Its kingdom of open landscapes is shrinking. The forests where prey once thrived are falling, replaced by roads and buildings. The vast, untouched skies it once ruled are now filled with dangers. Power lines stretching like snares, turbines spinning like unseen predators. the same intelligence and adaptability that have allowed this bird to reign for millennia may not be enough to withstand the relentless pace of human expansion. And yet, there is hope. The golden eagle has become more than just a predator in the wild. It has become a symbol, a living emblem of freedom, strength, and the power of nature. Its image graces flags, its wings spread across ancient tapestries, its legend whispered through generations. It has inspired warriors and poets, guided civilizations, and commanded the reverence of those who have looked skyward in awe. But admiration alone will not save it. The question now is not whether the golden eagle can survive, but whether humans will allow it to. The power to determine its fate rests with us, with the choices we make today. Will we fight for the preservation of its wilderness, ensuring that future generations will look to the sky and still see the dark wings of this magnificent raptor? Or will we stand by as the last of them fade into memory, their cries lost to the winds? In the end, the golden eagle's story is not just about one species. It is about the world we choose to create. It is about whether we will preserve the wild places that remind us of what the earth once was. It is about whether we will recognize that the survival of this bird is intertwined with our own, that the health of its ecosystem reflects the health of our planet. The golden eagle does not ask for recognition, nor does it demand a place in human history. It simply flies. It rides the same winds it always has, its keen eyes searching the ground below, its talons gripping the fabric of an ancient and fragile balance. And if we listen, if we look up and truly see it, we may still have time to ensure that this story does not end in loss, but in triumph. The sky belongs to the golden eagle. Let us fight to keep it that way. If you believe in protecting the wild places that eagles call home, if you believe that these birds should not become mere shadows of the past, there is work to be done. Support conservation programs, advocate for the preservation of natural habitats, and educate future generations about the importance of wildlife. The golden eagle has flown through history as a silent guardian of the skies. Now it is our turn to protect it. Look up, see it soaring, and remember that the future of this incredible bird is not written in stone, it is written by us,